Hello, welcome back to the 26 YouTube channel. Today we're going to be reacting to a deleted scene from the Batman film, and this is going to be the Batman's interaction with Barry Kilmer's Joker. So I'm really excited for this. I have seen some pictures on Twitter of what his Joker looks like, and he looks menacing. So I'm really excited for this because I felt like in the Batman film it was a little bit forced. It was still a really cool reveal, and I thought you had like a cool Joker voice. Reminded me a bit of the Connor Madigan, is it? Joker from the Gotham series. Like that's the sort of voice it kind of give off. So I'm really excited for this. Let's go. I wonder when this would have happened in the story. I like the music in the background. I like the idea of these two have already had an interaction. That's why it's so tense between the two of them.
Present. Almost our anniversary, isn't it?
There's a serial killer. I want to respect it.
Even though he is using an accent, you can still hear his Irish twang in his voice, which I think is quite cool, to be honest.
Paper.
Oh God, his hands are disgusting.
What makes you think I come so cheap?
I thought you'd be curious.
You think
He
I
always
get
is
off
curious.
this stuff?
Don't you?
You have pictures.
I love how disgusting he looks. Like you can tell he's been dropped in some bloody oil. That's a good Joker laugh, that. Better than Jared Leto's. That's what his Joker laugh sounded like.
He likes little puzzles, doesn't he? So meticulous. Like he's been planning this his whole life. I know who he is.
Oh, I see.
He's a nobody.
I love how he's not in focus.
Nobody. The mayor, the commissioner. He's got ambition.
You think his motive is political?
Oh, no. This is very, very personal. You know, these people have all wronged him. Probably goes way back.
I think this scene makes sense
Stolen lunch money.
if it was put in the Batman film that everyone's watched, but I think
Maybe he's a fan of yours?
if you weren't gonna have the scene that was in the film of the Joker, I don't think this scene makes sense either. I think if you're gonna put the Joker in the film, I think you should have put this scene in as well.
Any theories?
The cinematography is great though, like how you can see the Joker's reaction here.
So ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
But something is different this time.
He does give off Gotham Joker vibes though.
Why? You're so much more fun.
I'm not here to talk about me.
What are you here to talk about?
I want to know how he thinks.
You know exactly how he thinks. Have you read this file? You two have so much in common. Masked Avengers.
This is definitely not the worst Joker portrayal by far. Definitely not. It's pretty good to be fair so far.
I'm afraid he makes you look soft.
The laugh's really good. That's a really good Joker laugh.
I'll tell you what I really think. I think don't really care about his motives, whether he loves or hates you. I think somewhere deep down, you're just terrified. Because you're not sure he's wrong, huh? You think they deserved it, huh? You think they deserved it.
That's one big nose. I'm joking. That last really, you're like really like sinister. That was really good. Now, what did I think of this scene? I think, like I said in the reaction, I think this scene only really makes sense with the other scene that was in the film. I feel like you couldn't have this scene by itself and you couldn't have the other scene by itself. So that's the only problem I had with this film. Even though I liked the Joker scene in the film, I felt like it was a bit like, let's just show a bit of Joker. I feel like that could have been left for a post-credit scene. It felt like a post-credit scene when I was watching it. You might just say, oh, you're a big Marvel fan, as you know, my Spider-Man tattoo might show, but you might say, oh, not everything has to be in a post-credit scene. But I feel like deep down, if you're a proper DC fan, you'll know as well that felt like a post-credit scene. Like, it didn't feel like it should have been in the film, or at least it should have been the last scene in the film, maybe. As far as Joker portrayals go, this was actually pretty good. Like I said, it gives very similar vibes to the Joker from Gotham. Not look-wise or anything like that. Just, he sounds like him. He kind of has that, like, little boy sound to him, which sounds like I'm playing down the character, but that actually makes it sound more scary. I think I prefer this voice to the Jared Leto Joker, obviously. And also, to be fair, I think this is a better voice than Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Like, I kind of like... It's definitely not a better laugh. Joaquin Phoenix arguably has the best Joker laugh. Like, I know that's putting a lot on Heath Ledger's Joker. I think Heath's version of the Joker is definitely the best, and I think Joaquin Phoenix is a very strong second. But the problem with that we never saw with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is he never had any sort of interaction with Batman. Obviously, without Joker, there's no Batman. Without Batman, there's no Joker. So, like, I try to look at this as like a trilogy aspect, because I think that's what they're going to do with this, and I think really they should have just left Joker out all entirely and had the first film Riddler based, second film Penguin and Joker based, and then on a third film you bring in like I would bring in a character that's never really been seen before in a Batman film. I would like to see Mr. Freeze as a character in this, like, as gets used in the future, because I feel like that's a character that hasn't been seen a lot in films, but is a character that's loved by a lot of DC fans. I think that's the coolest one I think you could use now, because I feel like there's a lot of actors that could do a good Mr. Freeze. Obviously there's like Clayface and Poison Ivy, but I think if you're looking for someone who could do like a really good cinematography aspect of a film, I think you're looking at a Mr. Freeze that would do the perfect job for that. And overall, because to be fair, I did not do a reaction to the Batman film, I would just like to say this film was absolutely incredible. It looked amazing, it was amazing. I've seen a lot of people saying stuff like, oh, the flooding scenes at the end were completely random. But realistically, if you actually go through and watch the film a second time, it really wasn't. Like, the seeds were planted there the whole time, and I think it's just gone over a lot of people's heads. Anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. If you guys would like to see more reactions from me, there will be a playlist right here. But yes, please like, subscribe. See you in a bit.